Good evening, all. We are happy to share that we have completed 6 decades in this noble industry. We focus on to make qualitative products at competitive cost and teamwork in a sustainable manner, taking care of people, planet, and the bottom line. To be in this competition, we restructured, re-engineered, and adopted some unique models of sustainability. So in this presentation, I will cover about us, where the areas where you have excelled, our best practices, the sustainable manufacturing concept, and the extension of 3R to 6R, and the areas where you excelled and we got recognized, and our future plan in the competition. So to say about SPB, we belong to the SWIN group of companies working in the field of papers, sugars, batteries, and a consultancy firm for the same. We started way back in 1960 with 20,000 tons per annum, and at present we are 165,000 tons per annum, and our unit 2 of 72,000 tons per annum. Our product portfolios vary from including writing, printing, posters, specialty papers, with GSMs varying from 28 to 290. We are operating the system with the best available technology and upgrade ourselves on timely basis. So what the best practices are? It is a method or a technique that has been generally accepted as superior to any other alternatives. So many of the areas, including our excellence in energy, our overall mill efficiency, are all appreciated, and this year we won the IPMA Mill of the Year for 2020, and it produces results that are superior to those achieved. Say, taking care of people, I think all the practices are well recognized by other institutes. So regardless of the complexity, our aim is to make whatever we are doing work out better, faster, and more efficiently with less problems and mistakes. I think this is our framework for success, and it's a minimization for failure. I'm coming to an important slide. This graph may look simple, but it contains a lot of meaning. Up till 2018, our growth was incremental growth with some investments. It's not working. With some investments. No, light. Pointer. Yes. Okay. With incremental growth with some investments, including taking over of our sick unit in unit 2. But that is not sufficient to what we want to go for. So we started on the continuous improvement. So that took us to some level, to this level. So we started improving on the process innovations, deliberate improvement, and strategies. But even then, to be globally competitive, we need to move ahead. So we have started practicing the sustainable growth with social and environmental responsibilities, including global manufacturing, starting of the Internet of Things, and in parallel, taking care of people. This is the theme of this seminar also. So to be globally competitive, we are working on this strategy, and some of the tools which are going to practice are the RGAP, deliberate improvement, benchmarking. This was also said in the morning by our session chairmen and seniors, and followed by TQM and TPM, and maybe ITC also slightly touched upon the MEs. We are working on that. So sustainable manufacturing, it is to aim at meeting today's needs without abridging the rights of tomorrow's generation to meet their needs. Our aim is to not disturb what the future people required. Here what I want to convey is the strategies or we don't have any right to snatch the next generation's rights. We should not snatch that. In fact, it is our responsibility to leave this earth the same as we are enjoying now. The way back in 1992, in Rio Summit, this sustainable manufacturing concept was coined, and it gave the concept how the industry should operate. So what sustainability is and what people think is. People think it is just to nominate a sustainable manager, spend on CSRs and growing on trees, but that is actually not. It all starts from organizational change. It is on a holistic approach, including organizational change, have the governance, make policies, addressing the climate change, work on GHG emissions, reducing scope 1, 2, 3, and not reducing the specific consumptions, and empowering employees. When we see the right-hand side graphs, we are all working on the traditional manufacturing, but slowly we need to move on the sustainable manufacturing, wherein the lean manufacturing focus only on the waste reduction concepts, and the green manufacturing we all talk about is about a 3R, and slowly we are moving to the sustainable manufacturing, which includes innovative methods and 6R concept, which I will touch in the later slides. So sustainability is the driver for innovation, and for the manufacturing, it is engine for the wealth generation, societal well-being, and it can be done with the help of only proper education and training of the people. Pursuing green has become the new driver on the quest towards growth, competitiveness, and global excellence. Today, when we meet, we are not asking how is your business. Now the people are asking how green is our business. So we have changed our policy from QEEHS to QUEGHS, where Q for quality, environment, energy, green resources, occupational health, and safety. So manufacturing focus on minimization of environmental waste and global warming, and elimination of waste, and maximizing the green resources in our business. We also take care of our supply chain partners to become green and focus on sustainable development, taking care of the triple bottom line. To share some of the experience, this ENCON mission, we along with CII conducted this ENCON mission in the year 2018, wherein our best practices we practiced were shared to others. I think our Rambabuji also attended during this meeting. I think it was well taken by all. And to highlight this is the ASK meeting, where it is called the Association of Sharing Knowledge, wherein subjects are taken and we share with among other guys. And one more is we have, as a part of Energy Conservation Act, BEE conducts every year national level certification exam for energy managers and energy auditors. We conduct a preliminary training course for all the willing candidates. Those who get selected are being trained by experts. And we are happy to share that we are among one of the mills which having more number of energy managers in our sector. I think around 10 to 15 are there, and every year 2 to 3 are added to this list. So everybody is talking about energy. So this graph is taken from IE website, how the scenario today and the post. It's a predictive. We could see the energy coal is available for next 155 years. Sorry, 133 years as per BP. But the tradition is changing because not of availability, or it is because of the technology. Because of the availability, see today it is available, tomorrow we don't know whether it will be available or not. So if you could see from this graph, coal will be reduction of around 18% and gas by 15% reduction, but there is a shift in the bioenergy. It is going to increase by 22%. And with net zero emission, we are going to see the increase in production also by 16%, but the energy is shifting from fossil to bioenergy. So we benchmark with peers, work best, and this year is also called the ecosystem restoration, wherein we focus on how to be green. These are our points. So to highlight or touch on, we buy Starlight equipments and the motor of IE2 standards post 2017. From 2017, we buy all equipments above IE2 standards. And this conversion of vacuum pumps to turbo blowers in one of the paper machines is helping us to make around 2,000 units per day of saving, energy saving. And our government vision to become net zero by 2070, it's all possible by individuals. So as a industry point of view, we have increased our renewable energy from 49 to 60% by enhancing our pulp production, and additional 2% by usage of biofuels. And some of the innovative ideas which we had shared in other forums, I would like to touch upon are our waste heat recovery in our captive power plant to increase our DM water and biomethanation gas from bagasse with foul condensate. It is saving us around 3.5 KL per day, though the number looked meager, but the value today you could see it is a big amount. And the modification of digester by our in-house team, we are able to make around additional one pump out, say 20 to 25 tons. And because it is a cycle process, so other digester we are able to push. So in terms of power saving, it is around 45 lakh units. In terms of steam, around 45,175 tons, and coal around 1,203 tons. And furnace oil equivalent saved was around 338 KL. And everybody want to know what is the GHG reduction. It is around 18,200 tons of carbon equivalent. So coming to water conservation, many projects inside the fence are being practiced. And at present, we are at 47 m3, including the craft varieties we have started. So, but our target is to be at 40 m3 per ton of pulp. Sorry, per ton of equivalent production. So, utilization of renewable energy, which I have touched in previous slides also, through process re-engineering, which I started earlier, in evaporation plant, 5% increase in energy share, and with the help of the digester modification, with around 32 tons per day of pulp production, and it helped us in increasing the renewable share by 4%. And usage of biofuel, around 40 tons per day of coal we have saved. One more is here we have touched only the where the black liquor is a fuel. Our complete conversion unit outside and our petrol bunks are 100% renewable energy used. We are using net zero grid. Coming to GHG inventorization, we practice the GHG protocol or GPC protocol, wherein scope 1, scope 2, scope 3 are addressed, wherein scope 1 will around 88%, scope 2, which where we have no control, around 2% we are using, and scope 3, around 8%. Of the 15 modules, we have already crossed 6 to 8. We will try to work on the other protocols also. Other areas where we are touching are our procurement of wood within 80 kilometers for 20 kilometer radius, 200 kilometer radius, usage of indigenous material for machine clothing, starch, and substitute import pulp with our additional pulp produced from unit 1. This is how to utilization of waste as fuel. Sir, there is no word called waste. It is not, the material is not used at the right area. That is waste. So we started taking key initiatives, worked across the cross sectors. Some of the practices are being done by other mills also, but one highlight is this ESP sodium ash. Many people are discussing how we are handling the chloride and other issues. We had discussed with one of the supplier partners, area where it was used is for neutralizing the pH water effluent of prawn culture. And now slowly, we could not hold only on that. We have started working for the soap manufacturers also, where our recoverable ESP ash is used as fillers in the detergent manufacturing. And other areas, filter cake, wet pith are taken by the board manufacturing. And lime sludge, lime crude, and fly ash as a part of cross-sector economy, it is being taken by our cement plant, nearby cement plant. So, material conservation recycling. We are pioneers in circular economy, wherein 3 decades back, we made the tripartite agreement, wherein we use the effluent treated water to grow sugarcane. And to highlight is, sugarcane is called the chief crop. It has the lowest carbon footprint, and we are able to sequestrate more. And other area is the 83% replacement limestone with efficient lime mud recycle, and 11% reduction in the packaging materials, ESP wrappers and ream and reel packaging. And with the help of new products developed, there is reduction in CO2, increased usage of natural shade products, and less OBA consumption. So to continue in the GHG emissions, which I said for the scope 3, our stores department increased the number of vehicles for the local vicinity to reduce the fuel consumptions, and increase in the vehicle trucks in wood procurement above 16 and metric tons. Earlier 6 tons or 12 tons. Now 16 plus we are getting at around 20 also. And we could see around 8% improvement, 8% compared to the previous year and another 5% compared to next year. Coming to one more important slide, the approach model. We started with a single P, only profit. Now the transition has changed. It is profit to planet and profit to people. So how to move this model? So sustainability government, sustainable practices or the policies are given by the government. And our academics helps us in giving or sharing the knowledge what the people need. And we, the industry, need to work along with the academics. Work with academics to ensure that what our government policies or whatever they are framed, to merge it or meet it. This is how we are working on. And best example is we are working with the CPPRI, we are working with CSRI, wherein the key points where the industry need to focus on, say our effluent loads, how to reduce. We are making the benchmarks or where we are made the mapping where we can reduce our effluent load at the source rather than treating at the end. And this model is called triple helix model. So taking care of people, planet, profit. So you can remember to be the government, industry and academics. I think this is one of the practice which we are focusing or which we are practicing and can be adopted by others also. So coming to extension of 3R to 6R concept. Sir, earlier we have said the green manufacturing is circular, it only of 3R. But slowly we need to move from 3R to 6R concept, where 6R stands for repair, reuse, refurbish, remanufacture, recycle, and redesign. And thereby we optimize the resources, whatever we have in our hand, and we need to share for the future generation. And one more word I could coin is, if you cannot reuse your process, reject it. So some of the examples where we have adopted are to reduce the freshwater saving of around 3000 MQ per day.
Should conclude in another 2 minutes.
Yes, sir. 3000 MQ per day, and a frequency reduction of 50 Hertz to 49 Hertz, and usage of secondary condensate as sealing water after cooling, and a paper machine backwater for bagasse slushing, for recycling, disposal of waste in responsible manner, and usage of byproduct as raw materials, and for recover, introduction of disavals, and one more is the installation of spiral heat exchanger to recover heat based on the pinch technology. And remanufacture, our smelt dissolving agitator was remodified with the SAPI agitator, and for the redesign, the re-engineering of evaporation plant at each stage, which included vacuum systems, recirculation pumps, ash addition points, and condensers. So the efforts or the recognition what we got, we won the National Leader Award for the past 2 years consecutive from CAI, and a unique award, first time in the paper industry, by AEE, Association of Energy Engineers, for accomplishment in developing, organizing, managing, implementing an outstanding corporate energy management. This is first time an paper industry got international award. And other trending awards from CII, and in safety, 3-star rating, and some of the other awards we won in the past few years, including from our Tamil Nadu government, and IPMA Environment Award, and to highlight earlier was our IPMA Award for the 1920. So our future plan in the competition, minimize our dependency on imported pulp, increase our production, captive production from right present our 440, and we are going for 500 tons per day, and it will help us in reducing for our unit 2 also, increase the usage of biofuel, and renewable share, at present we are 61%. We are focusing on to touch 70%. And work on this bleach filtrate. This was the point I said, I highlighted earlier. This will help us to reduce the load at source in terms of TOC, color, COD, and recycle water to the core of around 3000 m³ per day, and compliance to extended producers, responsibility guidelines, and preparing ourselves for the proposed ecosystem restoration. To recap, I touched all the points on the energy. We shared about best practice about SPP in the areas of energy, water conservation, renewable energy, innovations, green manufacturing, GHG mitigation, circular economy with a given limited time, and its benefits achieved. I feel many of the practices can be applied across other mills. I am proud to be a responsible paper maker. Thank you. Thank you.